ghouls and gals, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As always, I'm so excited to chat with you today. And with Halloween just around the corner, I thought we'd do something a little fun and on theme. Not sure if you could tell. But today we're talking about 13 ways to scare away buyers when prepping your home for sale. Before we jump into all of that, if you're new around here, welcome. I'm so excited to meet you. My name is Ryann Carroll with Portland Dix Real Estate here in Portland, Oregon. For sure, remember to comment with any of your questions or thoughts on today's video, real estate, or anything in general. I'd love to hear from you. Or I always keep my contact info in the description box below. Feel free to utilize that as well. And lastly, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up or subscribe so you don't miss any of the awkward fun stuffs that I have coming out in the future. Plus, it helps me out a ton. Without further ado, let's get spooky. Number 1, personal items. So that drawing your daughter did on the fridge is super adorable, and gosh, you've got a good looking family, which I can see from all the family photos around the house. If I looked that good, I'd want that out as well. But when trying to sell your home, you want buyers to walk through and see themselves in your house without the reminder of you or your family living there. So in the very least, for the property photos and any open houses, clear off the fridge and take down anything overly personal. It's never a bad idea to pack these items away in advance of this life transition anyways, that way they're kept safe. Number 2, sports memorabilia. Blazer fans, Timber Army, I'm looking at you, but it goes for any fan of the sports balls. As I'm sure you can relate, people feel really strongly about their teams sometimes, and you don't want a buyer only remembering the Yankees posters you had around the house as a die-hard Red Sox fan and no other details of the house. Let your house stand out, not so much your team spirit. Number 3, taxidermy. Maybe you're a skilled hunter or you always wanted to remember Fluffy as she was. To each their own, but even non-veggie peeps can sometimes get the heebie-jeebies about actual dead animals filled with stuffing. Stick to the obvious mock stuff or go without, so that buyers see the house first and are not distracted by the eyes of Bambi. Number 4, the unmentionables. To avoid blushing too dramatically, I won't dive too deep into this one because I'd imagine it's probably fairly obvious to most, but any illegal or even legal drugs such as cannabis, depending on your state, or prescribed medications should certainly be put away, as should any adult toys or furniture. You do you, that's all well and good, but hide away the swing and the bong just to avoid the obvious uncomfortable questions. Number 5 is over-the-top decor. It's so cool that you won that Liberace chandelier at auction a few years ago, but it has an 8-foot wingspan and more crystals than stars in the sky. And so to avoid distracting from the other details of the home, or suggest that it would be included in the sale, as attached fixtures usually are unless expressly stated otherwise, it might be a good idea to pack that away. You know, keep it safe. No need to actually totally redecorate the home, but anything extravagant or overly distracting, like say a life-size statue of Rocky Balboa in your foyer, I'd consider a storage unit, just for a little bit. Number 6, the basics. So you took my advice and you took down all your family photos, but now you've got nail holes, and there's a good chance with the normal wear and tear of a home, you might have some paint patches too anyway that could use some covering up. You'd be surprised what a difference it makes to take the effort to patch those holes and spot paint or repaint if little Susie went to town in her bedroom with markers. It's a really inexpensive way to avoid buyers walking out only thinking about the long honey-do list that your house would require, and that's just the things that they could see out on the surface. Number 7, critter traps. Mouse traps, ant traps, and worse certainly can concern potential buyers. Spring for the exterminator and to get rid of these pests before listing your home. You don't want buyers skin crawling just walking through the place, and even if they can't see said mouse or ant or otherwise, the trap creates a suggestion of their presence. I'd rethink that. Number 8, dirt and clutter. You've seen that show, Hoarders. If so, I doubt you found yourself thinking, wow, what a lovely home. Too much clutter obviously makes a room feel smaller, blocks buyers from seeing the entire place, and they have a hard time thinking about their sofa going right where all of those stacks of newspapers are. Now, that is an extreme case, but make sure to tidy the place as best you can, leaving counters clear where natural is possible and minimize packed closets. And a good cleaning depending on how closely your house resembles a pigpen. Number 9, broken anything. Obviously, some things may come up in the inspection once under contract that you aren't aware of, like roof or septic issues, but the smaller things, the day-to-day items like blinds, faucets, lights, etc., if any are broken, wonky, or in a faucet shower situation are leaking, it's never a bad idea to get cracking on the honey-do list. It will make your home feel a little bit closer to turnkey for buyers, and while every home comes with a list of adjustments and changes, these little things are easy ones to make that list seem a little shorter and less daunting, ultimately making your home more attractive. Number 10, beeping or non-existent smoke and CO2 detectors. You're gonna need them for the inspection or appraisal anyways, up to code depending on state regulations. Work with your real estate professional to understand what those are and go ahead, just change those batteries. Number 11, curb appeal and gutters. Corn mazes are all the rage this time of year, but if the grass on your front lawn is as tall as that, it may make for the less fun kind of spooky. Keep your yard maintenance going even if you aren't on the property while it is listed. Clean those gutters and you will get more buyers pulling up and being excited to see the inside rather than underwhelmed to start. Number 12, a really meh front door. According to data collected by HUD, one of the biggest changes that you can make on your house for the most ROI that is both inexpensive and easy is updating the front door. A newer front door in a welcoming color gets you mad curb appeal points, and being the very first thing that welcome buyers into your house, it can really make a difference. Just as a nearly falling off on its last legs with peeling paint door can give out the wrong juju. Number 13, pets and their lingering aroma. I basically love every animal, besides this one goat, but that was a while back. But their smell and sometimes the circumstances can make for a more challenging sale. Do your best to rid the house of any particular scents relating to your pets and clearly mark where they are in the home. For example, consider posting a small sign on the entrance to the garage stating, "Dogs in the garage, please keep doors shut." And if your miniature horse usually is an inside miniature horse, consider making some temporary arrangements. If possible, it's helpful to have no pets in the home, particularly due to allergies, but obviously that isn't always possible. So taking the steps to make it easiest for buyers to still see your property without needing a gas mask will help maximize the interest and the foot traffic in your property. So that's it today, guys. 13 easy, approachable, inexpensive ways to update your home and make it as attractive as you can for potential buyers. Obviously, work very closely with your real estate professional. They can do a walkthrough and give you specifics about your particular home that would make the most sense to maximize interest, but this is a pretty standard go-to list of common things that are easy to do and can be the most beneficial. I appreciate you watching, even though I'm in this ridiculous outfit. Spooky Halloween to you and yours, and until next time, dig where you live. Plus, doesn't it seem like their eyes are always following you? Blah. Foyer. I got twigs in my hair. Scary things. And certainly a bit nipply. Nippy. Probably too much. Oh my goodness. My. Rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it?